Oh, welcome back to the radio table where I fix stuff. Today we've got this GE Musaphonic radio, dual speaker. This is AM, FM, FM, AFC, and phono. So the phono input on the back. It's like this metal thing here on the front is a little bit loose, but it seems to be sticking somewhat now. So I have to glue that back on. I'll show the U on this thing. Looks like probably late 50s or early 60s. So let's turn this on and see what it does. Volume pull on. Interesting, kind of like a TV volume control. I hear a bit of hum already, so I need some filter capacitors. It's not terrible, but it is noticeable. Like very much of anything. Oh, there we go.
And he'll be back to break down games with him, and we'll have to set the ground rules because I know Las Vegas isn't really paying.
Yeah, this team definitely needs some filter capacitors. Volume control's dirty too.
And we'll see what we're gonna do, but the bottom line is
It does seem to work, though, like it's receiving.
And how rebellion led us to speak out on politics and reach millions of
So it is receiving, just needs some filter capacitors. Let's change this to FM. And FM seems to work as well. AFC works. Yeah, AFC works. See how it's hanging on to that station despite how I turned the knob. Like I could turn. There's some hum in there, but AFC does seem to work. It's locking onto that station pretty well. So. Alright, so let's pop this open and see what we got inside. Kind of heavier than I expected. Usually GE uses circuit boards, so this is the back side. You can see got a phono input there, and that one says tape output, so that's interesting. I'm used to seeing that on these little tabletop radios. I'm not sure this thing what's apart. I see two screws in the back, and I'm not sure if you can see that, but it looks like this thing has this plastic leg here. It's like it's broken off there, and someone just taped the case up. I have to see if we can do something about that. Let's pull the knobs off. Oh, yeah, you won't have to. Maybe just the back cover will come off, and I'll have to pull the knobs off. Let me see if I have a screwdriver here somewhere or something. So I gotta at least take out these two back here. Can you see what I'm doing? One there, one here. And so I gotta take that out. The antenna and terminal for FM. Just couples the capacitor couples the line cord in. So now let's see if this thing will slide out at the back or not. Oh, maybe. Yes. And there we go. And as you can see, this is indeed circuit board here. So that's the audio output tube looks rather lopsided. Straighten that up. Pretty nice sized speakers too. Almost that whole speaker grill cloth is almost entirely speakers. That's kind of cool. It's not like they said dual speaker and then put two little tiny speakers in. These are actually you know, somewhat decently sized. I mean, compared to the size of the radio anyway. Okay, so looks like we've got filter capacitor here. That's the only one that I see. I see 2 wax capacitors. There we go. So I got a filter capacitor here, and then I see 1 wax guy there and 1 wax guy there. I might change those just for fun. And I see a nice bright orange selenium rectifier too, down in there. That guy warm from this time. Nope, that guy's still cold. Okay, so let's take a look at the bottom of this. See, there's our volume control and power switch, so I'll clean that while I'm in here. Service pilot, oh, it has a pilot light. Didn't even notice that. I'll have to check that. That might be dead too. I didn't notice it, but then again, I wasn't really looking for it, so check that. Let me figure out what this capacitor is. It's wrapped in foil for some reason, so I can't read the value. So let me check that capacitor, and I'll check this pilot light too, see if we need to change that, and so we go from there. So I pulled the foil off the capacitor, but the writing is right behind this bar here. You can see the model number or part number, whatever, there. And then you can kind of see the beginning right there. I can see that one says like 80 microfarads on terminal, looks like C. Then there's another one hidden behind there, and then the last one on this side, I'm showing the right thing, you can kind of see common negative. So I'm going to have to take this out anyway to even read the label. I don't know why they put it in that way, but whatever. So I can take this part off here. It'd probably just be easier to just take the capacitor because it doesn't come out anyway. So just take this out and see what it says. Alright, so able to get this out, you can see we've got a 80 microfarad, a 50 microfarad, and then terminal A is the common negative. So I think I have these parts in stock. Let's solder some new ones in and see if it sounds any different. You're curious what the bottom looks like here. Let's see. Well, there's the 3 points where I took the capacitor out of. I got one circuit board, and then it looks like they've got a separate chassis almost for the FM. You can see that the circuit board ends about there, and the FM part looks almost point to point. I think I see another wax capacitor down there, Black Beauty or something, Bumblebee, whatever you want to call it. Might have to change that just for fun. Flip this back down and have a look. Yeah, so definitely you can see that looks like the FM part is still point-to-point chassis, and then, or not the FM, the tuner rather, I should say, FM and AM. Tuner is still point-to-point chassis, and then looks like IF and audio is circuit board, so that's kind of interesting. I think at some point GE did change to completely circuit board for the for everything, that they mounted the tuner, like so the part what you'd have here is like one of these is going to be the FM RF amp, one of these is going to be the mixer oscillator, and this might be first IF actually. Not quite sure. Maybe this is first IF or something, or maybe they're using a separate oscillator. Some manufacturers did that. I don't think GE really did though. I don't know. Anyway, this is your IF strip here. Based on the cans, it kind of looks like they have separate FM and AM IF cans. And this little one down here might be the FM detector or something, not really sure. I'm just guessing at this point. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to put that capacitor in and see if it sounds any better. So I got the two new capacitors in there. Let's see, somehow I ended up with these fancy little skinny ones for 82 microfarads, and then the regular fat one down there for 47 microfarads. Tried to arrange these in such a way that they would be, as far away as possible from the selenium here, because that gets hot, and this too, because that gets hot, and this thing is probably a power resistor, so that it probably also gets hot. So I want to make sure that they weren't touching any of those things. Of course, they're pretty far away from this too, but still, that's about the best I could arrange in that small area there. So let's plug this thing back in and see how it functions. Got a cheater cord here somewhere. So probably FM isn't going to work too well because the cheater cord isn't going to have the FM antenna coupling, but you can plug this in somewhere here. Here it is. Alright. Yeah, there's a dial. I saw it light up now. Not sure if you can. Well, it lit up bright initially. Probably light up a little bit brighter again once the tubes warm up. I'm not sure how they have these wired. That's usually how it works. Like it'll flash real brightly initially, and then it'll dim down, and then as the tubes warm up, it'll start getting a little bit brighter again. And you can kind of see it there, a little bit of glow. Let's see. Yeah, so the FM isn't going to work too well. Let's go back to AM.
Eight two three nine two.
Oh, it definitely sounds a lot cleaner.
If you're just joining us, I've got Dr.
On Medicare, original Medicare with a supplement. You're aging into the system anytime.
In this battle against stress. We'll guide you on.
You to the curb and hope you.
Pandemic, followed by several over the next 150 years.
You can just, it's like a funnel. You flush a toilet.
To, especially.
A little bit of a rattle there with the volume gets up real loud.
Para estar nosotros agradecidos.
De todo te reías. Oye.
Where does he go from here? They're not going to.
Well, it's not the most sensitive FM, or AM radio I've ever used, but picks up some stations. Switch, just see if we'll get anything on FM. Doubt that we will. We will. So I got some dirt in the tuning capacitor or something.
Into Phoenix, it's off of Thunderbird and we'll pay you more. It's worth it.
To the Phoenix Rising as later on this evening.
When you shop for your
Upstairs, what the neighbors saying, damn.
I'll probably get better, hopefully, once the FM antenna is back connected from the line port. It's just FM with no antenna at all, so that's why it's not the highest quality. And as per usual, General Electric billed the tuning dial feels super cheap. Just the tuning action doesn't feel like, the highest quality stuff, which is, what you usually get for General Electric, at least in these tabletop ones. I do have a General Electric console from, I think, like 61 or 62, that's a FM stereo that has, like, your regular, like, heavy duty console tuning. Feels pretty nice, but this tabletop stuff's usually built down to a price, like GE usually does. So, anyway, you see I just pushed this back on and started to come off again, so I'm going to have to get some glue behind that, hold that back on. I think what I'm going to do is replace those 2 or 3 wax capacitors, just, because we're already in here. May as well. I don't think they need to be replaced, but who knows how long they're going to last, so may as well just do it while we're here. It's only 2 or 3 of them. I'll do that. Then we will get the back on, and we'll see how it performs. Let's make this little cork thing fell out. Not quite sure what that was. Little cork damper or something. I found this on the side. What an Ollie sticker looks like. Say $5. Well, this is sold originally at Ollie's. I don't know how long Ollie's has been around, actually. I don't know if they were around when this would have been new. Anyway, so yeah, let me change those 2 capacitors and get it back together and see how it performs. Yeah, so I replaced those other 3 capacitors. This is the probably one that was down there. This actually is what couples the ground from the tape out and the phono input to the chassis. Yes, and this is a hot chassis. Obviously, they can't have those exposed terminals connected directly to the chassis because that depending on which way you plug it in, that'll be live at 120 volts. So they use this capacitor to isolate those grounds from the actual chassis ground. Probably still get somewhat of a tingle from this if you touch one of those and your other hand was on something that was grounded, but it offers some protection. So I replaced this just for the safety factor. If this had gotten leaky or something and someone touched one of those or they were grounded, they could potentially get a shock, so that's why I replaced that. Didn't check it to see if it was leaky. It doesn't really matter. It's not like it's super critical to only replace parts that are guaranteed bad. These capacitors aren't super expensive, but so anyway, also, like, even if this tested good today, it doesn't mean it's going to be good, for forever. Which of course is true of the modern capacitors too. Who knows how long those are going to last? But anyway, got this back together. Got the line cord antenna coupling hooked back up. See if FM functions any better now. Sure, volume is set too because I cleaned that control. There it comes. Second line one
Some girls never do.
There we go. Try to turn it all the way down on bass.
Sí creo que la mano dura no ha estado en Chivas y hoy vemos este tipo de situaciones capacidades.
Confiscaciones, ya grave saldrá como algo que no fuera. Somos un equipo de profesionales.
This thing is in alignment for sure. See, there's 2 stations routing over each other there. It sounds decent enough when it's on the station. Not sure if you can see the dial or not.
Tell tell anybody that they tested positive and that no customers.
Off that further copyright strike. That means it means an alignment. It'll probably work okay on AFC, so it'll lock on to like the peak. And you know, it sounds decent when it's on the peak, but it does need an alignment. I'm not going to do that today because I don't have the proper equipment to alignment on this, but it definitely does need one. Sounds pretty decent though when it's tuned in on the peak. Just, you know, an alignment on this, because it's, you know, it sounds decent. An alignment on this would just improve the, you know, the selectivity and potentially the gain. It seems to have enough, you know, sensitivity to pick up the stations just fine. Just that the selectivity is kind of messed up, and you know, might improve the gain somewhat. That you might get a higher peak, even though the peak, you know, it sounds okay. That cheap tuning mechanism clicking again. There might be some dirt or something in the tuning capacitor here.
Everyone. Flu season is just around the corner, and now you can get your flu shot right here for free.
You know, that sounds pretty clear and clean to me.
FriesFood.com/flu.
Medical marijuana is now legal.
To strains.
Just a little bit of, must be some dried grease or something, or dirt in the tuning capacitor, but it seems to be working out. Should have probably switched that a little bit with cleaner, but seems to be cleaning up. It's on AFC now.
His wife, his daughters, women in his community, and I am here to stand up to
repaired, resized, or simply cleaned.
Really not bad in my opinion. If it does need alignment, it'll improve the selectivity, but
We're going to find out.
That sounds pretty clear to me anyway. Switch to AM here.
1891. One last time slow for 24 in the World Series, but if I hit the grand slam that wins it, that's
So AM sensitivity seems a bit low to me.
And install it for myself, and I know this is unique. Something that you would do?
No way on earth, because I have no...
Some answers. Next time on Turning
I think AM's a little bit low on the sensitivity there, though.
Then why were you still holding campaign rallies?
Potatoes. Now get this, Pat.
Plus special financing and...
There's up a few stations, though.
Agradeceríamos.
A mi lado, venía dispuesto.
13 points, 15 boards. He's also had his playoff career highs.
Today it's more.
Should be more stations up at this end, though.
They hear.
That's interesting. I wonder if the switch is dirty or something. There was a station, I wonder why.
And descendants, and so we tend to zero in on that, and we overlook
one
what's
there.
happening in between. Let's go on to the next thing.
Is analog.
Get a picture of that one pretty well.
Online at EinsteinsHomeServices.com. Einstein's Home.
It's weird there.
In the humbler position.
Zero residue. Carpet st-
I wonder if AVC is messed up or something. It doesn't seem to have this problem on FM, only AM.
Getting multiple quotes and
Now that could be silver mica disease. This does have those slug-tuned IF transformers. Although maybe not. Does it still do well?
Hi, it's Steve Goddard. You've heard me talking. And the seminars they host.
So now it's starting the awakens. Yep. Looks like these AM these AM IF transformers are getting silver mica disease. And it's probably starting a little bit worse as it heats up now. Definitely feel this cabinet getting nice and hot, at least in the area over here by the output tube. Yeah, see now it's deaf here again. So.
What do you have to lose? Nothing.
I have to tap the transformers themselves, but I'm thinking that's some silver mica disease starting in the AM transformers. FM seems fine though. So I'm going to end this video here. Maybe we'll do another video in the future if I feel like fixing the silver micro disease on this in the AM. And if we do that, we'll also do an FM alignment at the same time. So that's going to be all right for this one. FM seems to be, you know, usable. It's not perfect because it needs an alignment, but it's definitely usable. And it's better than it was when it came here with that filter hum. So that's going to be all right for this one. We may see this again in the future if we do the silver micro disease repair. But hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.